Hi guys, it's Dr. Cody Dukes and we are back again for another video. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to this channel as it'll help me get seen in the algorithm. I'm making 5 videos a week. That's one every weekday. And I'm doing it just for you guys. So if you like motivational, inspirational content that has a pop culture twist to it, this is your channel. I cover anything from movies to sports, anime, cartoons, the whole gambit. So if you like that type of content, this is your channel. And we are back again for another Fit Friday. And as you can see, my brother is back again. He did an awesome job in the previous video telling us a little bit of his story and how he got to his weight loss journey. And he's back again today. We told you we were coming back, and we are indeed back to give you guys another installment of that series where he's going to actually tell you guys some of the things that he actually did, things that he actually put into practice for himself to go from fat Chauncey, if you will, to in shape Chauncey. So I'm going to hand it over to him and I just man, tell him what you did. And I do want to say this first before he gets started, because I didn't say it in the last video. I tend to say it in my Fit Friday videos. We are not fitness professionals. This is only the things that we did. He's going to tell you the things he did. In my videos, I tell you the things I did. So there are some things that we may tell you that you can watch 100 other videos that fitness professionals may tell you don't do. But we're just simply telling you the things that we did. So I don't want you to take this as us telling you, if you do this just like he did it, it's going to work for you. Or if you do it just the way I did, it's going to work for you. What we're saying is we're just trying to give you guys information. I told you guys, it's not about whether or not something works. It's about finding what works for you, something that you can stick to consistently and that'll work for you. So he's going to tell you guys what he did to go from out of shape to in shape. So Chauncey, go ahead. Tell him some of the things you did. Tell him, you know, what worked for you.
All right. Hi, guys. Glad to be back. As he stated, we are not fitness professionals. Don't want to be. But the main thing, like he said, you have to find what worked for you. That was the first thing I did. I had to find what worked for me. Like I said, my journey, it wasn't easy. It hasn't been short. It's still going, and I plan on going to the last day of my life. Like I said, it's a lifestyle change. But just a few things at the beginning of the lifestyle change, when I noticed the issue and wanted to make a change. Some of the things that I did just starting out was I had to stop being lazy, which means I started working out every day. I started doing military drills, which is this YouTube videos. A lot of stuff that I was doing while I was in the military, I just started incorporating it into my civilian life.
So you basically just fell back on what you used to do.
What I knew.
So,
yeah.
So you knew that when you were in shape in your life, the things that you were doing, you're like, okay, so if nothing else, I can fall back on the things that I used to do.
Yep.
And so I think that's a good point, because, you know, think back to a time in your life, if you're not in shape now, if you have been in shape ever in your life. Because some people, like myself at that time, I had never been in shape in my life, so I didn't know anything to do. That's why I said I just started walking, because I knew, if nothing else, I've been walking my whole life. I know how to walk, I know how to run. But if you have been in shape at some point in your life and now you're out of shape, that may be a good place to start, is find the thing that you used to do when you were in shape, fall back on that, start there, and you can kind of gradually add and whatnot. Yeah. So that's a good point.
And that's, like I said, that's what I did. I found what worked for me, which was like military drills, easy stuff. I was doing stuff that was comfortable for me, and we'll delve into that a little later about comfortability. But yeah, you know, military drills. I purchased a weight vest. 40-pound weight vest. And
guys,
go ahead.
Guys, let me tell you something, because he's probably going to tell y'all this, but he would wear this weight vest everywhere. And I mean everywhere. You know, he over to my grandma's house with the weight vest on. He go into the store, weight vest on. So anywhere you saw him, he's walking around with an extra 40 pounds. And I don't know if you guys have ever worn a weight vest, but I've put the thing on. I used to like go for walks in my neighborhood, and I would wear just 20 pounds because the 40 pounds, your back would be done. But I would just do like 20 pounds and just walking, like profuse sweating. You're talking about somebody who runs. At the time, I was running every day, and I would still be just walking, profuse sweating, because that extra weight, it helps. It is going to increase your calorie burn because your body is actually carrying more weight than you actually have in your body normally. So yeah, he really was wearing a weight vest every
day, everywhere I went. And the mindset behind that was, before I started wearing the weight vest, I probably got down to like 210, 220.
220 from where?
Well, I guess I went too far. Once I got out of the military and back into the civilian world, I was always laziness. So without me being forced or paid to work out, the laziness took control. It was back principle. So with that being said, my military weight, I gained about 50 or 60 pounds. I was almost tipping 300 on the scale. And so that was the first part of my weight loss journey, was to just get rid of those extra pounds that I put on, especially after seeing that picture. I was like, whoa, this is a no-go. And so I got down to probably about 210, 215, 210, 220, and somewhere between there.
Okay.
And so the mindset with the weight vest was, well, instead of me putting those pounds back on the easy way, being lazy, I'm gonna go get a weight vest and put those pounds on. That way I still have the muscle memory of holding that weight, but it's not my actual weight. I can always drop it whenever I feel like it. But just like I was comfortable with those 40 pounds in my lazy state, I need to get comfortable in my transitional state. So that was the point behind really the weight vest. Everywhere I went, every day, 365, I wore that weight vest every day, 40 pounds. Unless, my brother wanted to borrow it, and, for his workouts. But for the most part, I was wearing the weight vest. And with that weight vest, I started incorporating that into my workouts. Like I said, I was doing military drills, which is extremely hard to do that with a weight vest on without hurting yourself. So then, like I said, I had to find what works. I had to figure out a way to work out with this extra weight, but safely, without hurting myself. And that's when I started incorporating it with my push-ups. I started doing, it started out small. It did, no, you're laughing, but it started out, he's laughing because I got to the point to where I was doing 500 push-ups a day, 30 push-ups, 50 push-ups every 30 minutes for
4 hours?
4 or 5 hours, somewhere around there, until I got to 500. But you can't just jump into that. It's a build-up, and I started small. Before I started with the vest, I did it without the vest. I wanted to get used to just maintaining my normal body weight. And once I was able to get up to 500 push-ups a day without the vest, then I started incorporating the vest. First, I would do 450 without, then I'll do 50 with the vest. And I kept doing that, adding the numbers with the vest and decreasing without the vest, until I got to the point to where I'm doing all 500 with the 40-pound vest on. That was not an easy transition, but that was just something that I thought it would work for me. I also tried to incorporate it with my pull-ups.
Good luck.
Not as easy. I wasn't doing 500 a day. No. But I started out small. I did get up to probably about 10 or 15. And if you know anything about pull-ups and you're talking about an extra 40 pounds, that was an accomplishment for me. So I did that as well. But with that being said, that was about all I was doing. I was serious about my transition, but I wasn't really treating it that serious.
So it was all pretty much just like weight training. Was there any like cardio at any point?
No. See, that was the thing. Like I said, I wasn't really taking it that serious. I was just, like I said, baby steps. I just wanted to start doing something. No cardio, and I'm a smoker. And that's what happened. Me and my brother and our friends and family, we played basketball a lot. And we were playing basketball. And like I said, when I was younger, all day, no problem. But after the military, especially once I got back comfortable into the civilian lifestyle, I'm going up the court, half court, I'm done. And my motivation really was my brother, because before I went to the military, it was the complete opposite. It was, I'm running all day, he's going half court, he's done. I come back, he's running all day, I'm going half court, I'm done. This is my little brother, y'all.
I ain't never supposed to beat him in his mind.
Nothing. He's not supposed to beat me in nothing, especially physical. And once I saw the transition that my brother had, especially cardio-wise, I said, oh, I got to change this. Something got to change. This is my motivation. This is my little brother. Like, it's not nothing malicious behind it, but we have a competitive nature. That's just us.
Yeah, guys. There was like one point where he and I, this is back when I was in pharmacy school, we would go up and we would play basketball at the gym.
Yeah.
And we would just play one-on-one. It wasn't like we were going and playing, full court. We were just playing one-on-one. Mm-hmm. And I knew, guys, this is, I knew. This is how I reasoned it in my mind. If we played 7 games, I knew I was going to win 6.
Yeah.
I knew I just had to win the first one. Because after the first one, conditioning-wise, he couldn't mess with me.
No.
So I knew as long as I just played really hard the first game and I beat him, he's taller than me, that's his advantage. I'm in better shape, that's my advantage. So if I go really hard the first game, offense and defense-wise, which I'm in shape to do, and I win, I'm pretty much guaranteed to win the next 6 because he's tired. Mm-hmm. So this is what he's talking about. He's talking about that competitive nature where he's supposed to beat me. Not only is he the older brother, he's taller than me by a good 7 inches, 7-8 inches. He can shoot, he can dribble. So these are like he shouldn't be losing in his mind. So this is what he's talking about when he said, now he's like, look, I gotta change that. Change that. So
like his embarrassing moment, that was kind of my embarrassing moment, even though it was just us two, is my little brother all my life. Now he's shooting the ball, talking about something. Oh, who's the big brother now? So yeah, that was just a little.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
He said Kobe.
The moment that sealed is when I tried to turn around fadeaway jumper, and I said Kobe, and I wasn't even saying it to be arrogant. I wasn't saying it to taunt him. I literally was just saying it because I love Kobe. If you watched any of my videos, you know I love Kobe. So I was just saying it because growing up, especially if you were, a basketball fan in the early to mid to late 2000s, everybody knows that when you shoot a shot, you say Kobe. And so I'm just shooting the shot. It happened to be the game winner. It happened to be a turnaround. And he happened to be playing defense on me. Yeah. And he has not let me forget that I did that since that day. Yeah. So tell the truth. It's because I shot a shot and said Kobe.
Yeah. But hey, after that, I guarantee you the games were very, 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 very more competitive after that. Yeah. It wasn't as easy after that. Once I noticed the problem, I went straight into the solution. I knew that I had to incorporate cardio into my workout because I hate running. I hate it with a passion. To this day, I hate working out, but it's a lifestyle thing and it's just something I'm going to do. But with running, it took a little bit extra motivation, was my brother busting me on that court. So with that being said, I started to incorporate a little cardio into my workout. I found some more military videos on conditioning drills and things like that. And I started incorporating those, and I started noticing that I was getting better. And so that was the main part of the initial change.
That was the getting in shape.
Yeah. That was losing those initial pounds, trying to get back in shape, and then coronavirus hit. Coronavirus hit. It changed everything. No more going to the gym. Which was a major part of my cardio, because I hate running. But once when you're playing, or your mind isn't just on the boring left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, and you're actually doing something and it's something you enjoy, you don't like, I didn't notice that my conditioning was getting better and better and better until one day I started winning games back to back, not just one game, 2 games. Then I started noticing that once I started winning, it's competitive as well.
Yeah. As the new big brother, I take it personal when my little brother beat me. I really did. Like he's not joking. I was like, this is my thing.
Yeah, I could feel the competitive,
yeah.
The drive. I could see the change. At first, he was just going through the motions. Basically like a practice. He was just at practice at first. But then once I started making my mental change, then he started treating it like a game. He started having to show me my respect. But back onto the story. Coronavirus hit. No more cardio at all, other than the military drills. And like I said, I had found what was comfortable for me. And with that being said, I hit a plateau. Like all of the gains, which were very slow that I was seeing, they completely stopped. So not only did the gains stop, they slowly started to revert. It's like my body got used to what I was doing, and so what I was doing was no longer becoming effective. So with that being said, I had to figure out something better or something to help continue my journey. And my little brother came to me, and I guess he noticed my small changes that I was making, and he was like, "Hey, bro, got any ideas, to help me make my changes, a little bit better?" Because he was doing his own thing, which was working for him, but he wasn't getting the results that he wanted. And so I was like, you know what? I've been thinking about something, and then we started working out together. I don't know if you guys heard of Insanity. It's almost like high intensity training, and we started doing that. And once I started incorporating that into my life, wow, the gains were wonderful. But it didn't last because it doesn't stop there. After talking to my brother, trying to figure out what's going on, he was like, how many calories you taking in? Like, you're not counting those? You like your diet is a major part of your transformation. But because before, I was eating however I wanted to eat. I just made sure I worked out every day. But like I said, I got to the point to where not only was I not losing any weight, I started gaining weight. I'm still doing the same thing, but I'm still gaining weight. And it took, my brother talking to me, and us going over some things, especially like crunching the numbers. And even though I might be eating a small portion of a meal that I would normally eat in my older days, that small portion is still about 4,000 calories in one setting. You don't think about it.
Let me stop you. So I want to make sure you guys can follow along. So we're at the point where we're trying to go from, healthy to like really in shape, really fit. Some of you might call it ripped. And so he said the first thing he did was we decided to do HIIT. I talked about, if you watched one of my previous videos, I talked about one of the things that I did to increase my ability, my endurance ability, or decrease my recovery. Yeah. Increase my recoverability was I did HIIT. Now this wasn't this HIIT, but I did do HIIT running. I talked about sprints. And so he said the first thing he did was he incorporated high intensity interval training. So the one we specifically did this time is Insanity. But you don't have to do Insanity. But what he's saying is some type of HIIT training. That's what he did was something that you go really hard for a short period of time, get your heart rate really high, helps you burn a lot of calories, and then you come down really fast, and then you recover a little bit, and then you go really hard again. So that was the first thing. The second thing is this diet thing. So I talked also in one of my previous videos about the BMR, using your BMR to calculate how much food you should be taking in, and then that lets you know how many calories you need to decrease, plus how much, if you calculate in how many calories you're burning from your workout, they give you a pretty good estimate of like how you should be eating. And so that's kind of like what he's talking about here, is that we were working out, and for some reason you're not seeing on the scale the amount of the proportionate weight loss to the amount of work you're putting in your training. And so what he's talking about now is like, he's looking at his calories and he's like, you know, it would be easy to say I should be getting results, but I'm not even considering my macros. How much protein am I consuming? How much how many carbs?
Sugar.
You know, in terms of fat. Like, so when he was really trying to get to his major fitness goals, it's not just working out anymore. It's not just being consistent. Now I also have to break down this diet, like to the smallest factors. How much protein am I eating? How many times a day am I eating? That type of thing. When am I eating? Those type of things. So I think it's for you guys who are watching this, trying to figure out what is it that you need to take from this. HIIT training and really, you know, narrowing down on your diet. So if you want to go more into depth on the diet thing, that's up to you. But just trying to figure out, how do you narrow down on your diet?